Weirdos! My name is Ashley.
My name is Lauren.
And you are watching
This Week in Weird!
This Week in Weird is the news segment for the podcast Keep It Weird, which you can watch on iTunes, Spotify, Libsyn, TuneIn, Google Play, Podbean, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts.
All of it.
And we're bringing you the craziest, strangest, spookiest, weirdest news in the whole wide world.
Whole wide world.
My next story, I titled, Spooky Ghost, MD. So multiple sources are reporting on a hospital in Malaysia closing at the end of March 2019, and the reasons being cited for the closure were mysterious cases of injuries to nurses and patients. What?
What's happening?
What's happening? According to a local group of paranormal researchers, strange things have been happening at that hospital since at least 2007. That's the first documented case of something paranormal happening at this hospital. The phenomenon has been described as mean attacks.
Those mean attacks. You big old meanie.
Mean attacks on personnel and patients. One hospital worker said it's been almost non-stop for the past year.
Okay.
And that they've done everything they can to try and stop it, but it's just continued to happen.
So what do we do?
Well, one employee wrote a detailed letter keeping track of the big things that have happened at the hospital. Not just like the day-to-day, like, I thought I saw a thing.
Yeah.
The first report from 2007, it's unclear whether or not this was the first event ever or just the first time that someone was like, we should write this down.
Right, like, let's record this.
A nurse reported seeing a strange black phantom.
Oh, okay.
That's creepy, but like, that's fine. We've seen that before.
We can move on, maybe.
No problem. In 2009, someone will refer to her as Nurse N, as in Nancy. Let's call her Nancy.
Nancy.
Nancy initially did not report anything unusual working there. The first year she was working there, she had no problems, and then all of a sudden, after a while, she started to hear strange sounds during her shifts and smell strange smells.
Ew.
And then she saw a phantom in the form of an elderly woman and a creature with a black face.
Ooh.
Which I don't know what that means. I can't picture it, but I know that I hate it.
A creature with a black face.
A creature with a black face.
Yeah, I can't exactly imagine, what kind of creature, and, did it have, a black snout, or was it, a black human face on a creature's body? I don't know what to think of it, I hate it.
No.
I hate
but
it
the black-faced creature comes back because in 2012, the black-faced creature or being or whatever it was continued to terrorize Nurse Nancy and brought her to the extent that the woman had become obsessed with this evil black entity and was trying to conjure it up and stuff. So they transferred her. They were like, okay, you gotta go.
Yeah.
So you'd think that this is where the story would end after she took off, but actually when she left, it amped up. The activity totally amped up.
Wow. She
was transferred to another hospital, and after that, the staff started reporting, this is the craziest thing I've ever read, the staff started reporting grains like yellow rice began to appear daily.
What?
They were everywhere. They were on the floor. They were in the toilet. They were in the wards. They were on the countertops.
Nope. And
apparently the janitors and the cleaners, they kept cleaning, but the rice continued to appear. It was all over everything all the time.
So bizarre.
I know.
I feel like somehow that's more terrifying than seeing phantoms. I would be like, where the hell is this coming from?
What is this rice? And then they saw a black statue on the roof of the building that just showed up one day. But
why? Where?
It wasn't up there. Once they went up to investigate, the statue wasn't there.
Are you
could
kidding
see it from the ground.
No. No.
I hate this.
Was it a gargoyle or
they just said black statue?
I hate this so much.
The clinic staff and the patients continued to report on seeing the black entity, the old woman entity, and also another being that looked like a long-haired woman. And actually, the old woman was seen mostly by children. Children would go to use, like, the hospital. It was in Malaysia. It was a very small, almost like clinic, not like an emergency room.
Yeah.
It was a very small clinic, so there was, like, one bathroom for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And children would always report seeing an old woman in the bathroom, and she would always know them by name. Like, she knew their names.
Weird.
So that's scary.
Weird.
By 2019, paranormal Hello. By 2019, paranormal phenomena. By 2019,
we're gonna get through that.
Paranormal phenomena was happening on a weekly basis. A mechanic that worked right next to the hospital at a motorcycle shop said that he knew something strange was going on because of how many times the nurses would suddenly run out and scream for help, like middle of the day, run outside and scream for help, like from the shop guys, and then refuse to go back into the hospital until they got confirmation that the entity was gone.
Oh, man.
So it's still shut down.
This is a terrifying hospital.
All the patients and staff had to be moved to different facilities. Like,
Thank
they
God.
shut it
Get 'em
down
out of
and
there.
they got everyone out.
All from Paranormal Activity. That's so wild.
Yeah, well, a Google translation of a May 7th, 2019 news article in a Malaysian newspaper read, "The Central Gesir Village Clinic here has been closed temporarily since last week, believed to be due to disturbances of subtle creatures. The nurses at the clinic are said to be traumatized and afraid to stay in the clinic even during the day."
Ugh.
Yeah, according to the staff, they tried, like, a cleansing ritual. Didn't work. They actually they, like, tore down part of the roof and rebuilt it. I guess maybe where the black statue was.
Maybe
and then that didn't do anything.
Man.
Officials obviously aren't saying, like, we closed it because of ghosts.
Yeah, you can't really say that. But
Yeah, they're basically like, oh, we're looking to update it.
yeah.
But everyone that worked there says, like, no, we literally couldn't work there anymore because of ghosts.
I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
So, yeah, how come the rice is the scariest part of that story?
Yeah, that made me the most unsettled. I just think if you were to look and be like, these little grains are appearing on every surface of the hospital, like, no one can be putting it there.
Where
except
are
for
they coming
a
from?
creepy ghost phantom statue lady.
Creepy ghost phantom statue.
All of the different entities that we saw. I hate it so much. That is all the time we have this week for our news segment, This Week in Weird. Please subscribe and give more of our videos a watch, and also subscribe to our podcast for your ear holes. Keep It Weird Podcast, and follow us on all social media at Keep It Weird Cast. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and you can find the podcast on Libsyn, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Podbean, and all the other things. And as always, keep it weird.